The distress call. The starship Serenity drifted through the velvet darkness of deep space, its crystalline hull refracting starlight in prismatic patterns. Inside, 8 different species worked in harmonious coordination, their evolutionary differences bridged by the common purpose of galactic diplomacy. Captain NYX stood motionless on the bridge, her violet skin luminescent under the soft ambient lighting. Her elongated fingers traced patterns on the navigation console as her compound eyes, 6 iridescent orbs arranged in a perfect hexagon, monitored the vast emptiness ahead. "We're approaching the Andromeda Passage, Captain," reported Lieutenant Cho, his gelatinous form pulsing with bioluminescent patterns. "Cancel Outpost Eden, 7 confirms safe passage." NYX nodded, her neck frills extending slightly in acknowledgement. The Serenity was the pride of the Galactic Council's diplomatic fleet, unarmed as per Council doctrine, but equipped with the most sophisticated communication and negotiation technologies available. Its mission was to facilitate dialogue, not conflict. "Maintain course, Lieutenant," she replied. "We should reach." "Captain." The urgent voice belonged to Communications Officer Talai. The anthropoid's antennae quivered as she manipulated her console with 4 of her 8 limbs. "I'm detecting an unusual signal. It's weak but distinct." NYX turned. "Source: the Zephyrian colony in Sector 18. It's a distress call." The bridge fell silent. The Zephyrians were a peaceful species, renowned for their empathic abilities and atmospheric architecture. Their colonies were sanctuaries of art and healing, not targets for aggression. "Put it through," NYX ordered. The transmission crackled through the speakers, a voice fragmented by distance and interference, "Under attack. Void hunters, many casualties, shields failing, please, anyone." Static consumed the rest. Science Officer Drell entered the bridge, his crystalline exoskeleton glinting under the lights. "Did I hear correctly? Zephyrians under attack?" NYX nodded grimly. "Talai, show me Sector 18. The main view screen shifted to display a small azure planet orbiting a binary star system. Scan data appeared alongside the image. 3 vessels in orbit, reported Talai. Configuration matches known Void Hunter warships. A collective tension gripped the bridge crew. The Void Hunters were notorious raiders who preyed on vulnerable colonies, harvesting resources, technology, and occasionally people. Unlike the pirates of old legends, they operated with military precision and technological sophistication that rivaled Council forces. "How far are we?" NYX asked. 8 hours at maximum speed, replied Navigator Fen, his reptilian scales shifting color with his calculations. NYX evaluated their options. The Serenity carried no weapons. Its shields were designed for cosmic radiation, not weapons fire. They could not engage the Void Hunters directly. "Contact Council Defense Command," she decided. "Request immediate intervention." Talai worked her console, then shook her head, antennae drooping. "The nearest Council defense fleet is patrolling the Cygnus expanse. They are at least 4 days away." "The Zephyrians won't survive 4 days," said Drell quietly. "Their settlements have minimal defenses. They are pacifists." Chancellor Vex entered the bridge, her hovering form projecting the formal holographic insignia of the Galactic Council. "I've reviewed the scans. This attack is methodical. They are searching for something." "What do you suggest, Chancellor?" NYX asked. Vex hesitated. "There is one possibility." "Speak it." "We are not far from the restricted zone." Vex's voice dropped lower. "Sector 42. A chill spread through the bridge. Everyone knew what lay in Sector 42. "Earth," NYX whispered. The word hung in the air like a forbidden incantation. Humans were classified as deathworlders, species that evolved on planets so hazardous they should have been evolutionary dead ends. Extreme gravity, volatile climate patterns, high background radiation, and a bewildering array of pathogens and predators, Earth had it all. And in response, humans had become something the peaceful species of the galaxy found difficult to comprehend: adaptable, resilient, and alarmingly comfortable with conflict. They have ships, Vex continued. And weapons. Advanced ones, if our surveillance is accurate. Contact is forbidden except through Council-approved diplomatic channels, NYX argued. And while we adhere to protocol, the Zephyrians die, Vex countered. Lieutenant Joe spoke up, his form pulsing with agitation. I studied human transmissions during my xenocultural research. They have a concept called the duty to rescue. Their social codes place high value on helping strangers in peril. Cultural myths, scoffed another officer. We cannot risk contacting a volatile species based on their entertainment fiction. NYX moved to the central display, zooming in on the Zephyrian colony. Already, she could see energy discharges striking the surface. The Void Hunters had begun their attack in earnest. The Zephyrians are empaths, she said slowly. Their pain is not individual but collective. Every death resonates through their entire community. She paused, closing all 6 eyes momentarily. Do you understand what that means? They are experiencing a living nightmare, magnified by their connected consciousness. The bridge fell silent. Talai, NYX decided, redirect the Zephyrian distress signal toward Earth. Add a translation matrix and the colony's coordinates. Captain, protested one of the officers. That violates at least 7 Council directives. Note my violation in the ship's log, NYX said calmly. I assume full responsibility. Talai worked quickly, her multiple limbs moving with precision. Signal redirected. Translation attached. Now we wait, NYX said. They won't come, muttered the skeptical officer. Why would humans risk themselves for aliens they've never met? Captain NYX had no answer. Admiral Cassandra Wei stood at the view screen in her office aboard the Martian Orbital Command Center, studying the latest fleet exercises with a critical eye. At 58, she maintained the disciplined posture of her 40 years in service, her close-cropped silver hair framing sharp features weathered by decades of responsibility. Admiral, came the voice of OMNI, the station's AI interface. We've detected an unusual signal. Wei turned. Define unusual. Unknown origin, approximately 60 light-years from Earth. It contains non-terrestrial data patterns. Wei set down her tablet. For centuries, humanity had searched the stars for signs of intelligent life. There had been tantalizing hints, anomalous radio patterns, unexplained stellar phenomena, but never unambiguous contact. Display it, she ordered. A holographic projection appeared above her desk. Strange symbols scrolled across it, followed by their translation into multiple Earth languages. Emergency. Zephyrian colony under attack by Void Hunters. Multiple casualties. Coordinates attached. Please assist. Wei stared at the message, her heart rate accelerating slightly despite years of crisis management training. Omni, authenticate this. Could it be an internal hoax? Signal origin confirmed at 60.7 light-years from Earth, Admiral. No human technology could transmit from that distance, nor generate the embedded translation algorithms, which utilize linguistic principles unknown to our science. Wei tapped her communication implant. Assemble the crisis response team in briefing room 1. Immediate priority. Within 20 minutes, she faced the assembled leadership of Earth's unified defense forces. The room buzzed with controlled tension as military commanders, scientific advisors, and government officials absorbed the implications of the message. The signal appears genuine, reported Dr. Hiroshi Nakamura, Earth's leading xenolinguist. His weathered face was alight with professional excitement despite the gravity of the situation. The translation matrix accompanying it is beyond our current capabilities. Whoever sent this really wanted us to understand. It's a trap, stated General Daniels flatly. Why would unknown aliens contact us specifically for military assistance? Perhaps because they need it, Dr. Nakamura suggested. Wei studied the star chart showing the signal's origin. What do we know about that region of space? Nothing conclusive, admitted Director Santos of the Astronomical Survey. It's beyond our current exploration range. Our deep space telescopes have identified potentially habitable worlds in that sector, but we have no detailed data. The discussion devolved into debate as officials argued risk assessments and response protocols. Some advocated sending a reply but no physical assistance, others insisted on weeks of analysis before any decision. Wei listened silently, watching the time display on her tablet. When she finally spoke, her voice cut through the arguments with quiet authority. "While we debate," she said, "beings 60 light-years away are dying." The room fell silent. "I'm deploying the rapid response fleet," she continued. 7 ships, our best crews. We can be launch ready in 4 hours. "You don't have authorization," the defense secretary protested. Wei regarded him steadily. "By the time we complete the authorization process, it will be too late. The first contact protocols give fleet commanders discretionary powers in time-critical scenarios. This could be humanity's first official contact with alien intelligence," Dr. Nakamura emphasized. "We should send scientists, not just military personnel." Wei nodded. "Prepare your team, Doctor. You're coming too." On the bridge of the EDS Peregrine, Captain Joaquin Reyes watched his crew prepare for humanity's first journey beyond their solar system. The 7 ships of Earth's Rapid Response Fleet represented the pinnacle of human innovation, vessels built for exploration but equipped for conflict, carrying the experimental Hawking drive that had only recently passed its final field tests. "Status report," Reyes called. "Hawking drive at nominal capacity," reported Chief Engineer Prischermetter. "All systems green. Weapons systems online and verified," added Lieutenant Theo Washington from Tactical. "Though I hope we're not going to need them." Reyes turned as Admiral Wei and Dr. Nakamura entered the bridge. "All ships report ready, Admiral," he said. Wei nodded, her expression solemn. "Then let's make history." She faced the communications officer. "Send to all ships, we are responding to a distress call. Our mission is to render assistance if possible and represent humanity with honor. Set course for the transmitted coordinates, maximum speed." The Earth fleet broke orbit around Mars. As they cleared the solar system, their Hawking drives engaged. Space twisted around the 7 ships as they accelerated beyond light speed, carrying humanity's first interstellar rescue mission into the unknown depths of the galaxy. First contact through fire. The Earth Defense Fleet dropped out of faster-than-light travel at the edge of the Zephyrian system, a dazzling formation of 7 ships whose sleek, angular hulls reflected the light of unfamiliar stars. On the bridge of the EDS Peregrine, Admiral Cassandra Wei stood motionless, taking in the scene before her with practiced calm that belied the historic significance of the moment. "Full sensor sweep," she ordered. "I want to know exactly what we're dealing with." Lieutenant Washington's fingers danced across his tactical console. 3 large vessels in orbit around the 4th planet, Admiral. Energy signatures indicate weapons discharge. A smaller vessel at the system's edge, possibly an observer. And he paused, eyes widening, life signs on the planet. 2 distinct types. The smaller vessel has multiple life forms, added Science Officer Dr. Nakamura, studying his readings with fascination. All different from each other. Remarkable biodiversity. Wei's gaze fixed on the tactical display. Those 3 ships must be the attackers, the Void Hunters mentioned in the distress call. And that smaller ship might be who alerted us. Captain Reyes analyzed the tactical data. The attacking vessels have significant firepower, Admiral, but their design prioritizes intimidation over maneuverability. Their engines appear inefficient, built for sustained power, not rapid response. Hail the observing vessel first, Wei decided. After several attempts, the view screen flickered to life. The bridge crew collectively held their breath as they beheld aliens for the first time. Captain NYX's violet skin and 6 compound eyes were entirely unlike anything from Earth's evolutionary history, yet her posture conveyed a universal language of authority and surprise. "This is Admiral Cassandra Wei of the Earth Defense Fleet," Wei said with deliberate calm. "We received your distress call regarding the Zephyrian colony. We're here to assist." The alien captain seemed momentarily stunned before responding. "I am Captain NYX of the Galactic Council vessel Serenity. We. She hesitated, did not truly expect your arrival. Why not? Wei asked directly. Your world is classified as a death world. Your species is considered. She searched for the appropriate term, unpredictable. We did not believe you would risk yourselves for strangers. Wei's expression remained unchanged. Someone asked for help. We came to help. It's that simple. Captain NYX's frills fluttered. The Void Hunters are dangerous raiders with superior weaponry. They do not negotiate. We'll try anyway, Wei replied. She turned to her communications officer. Hail the attacking vessels. When the Void Hunter commander appeared on screen, even Wei's disciplined demeanor couldn't hide a momentary reaction. The being towered over what appeared to be its bridge crew, its exoskeleton gleaming like polished obsidian. Four arms operated different control stations simultaneously, while its eyeless head turned toward the communication feed, sensing through unknown means. This is Admiral Cassandra Wei of Earth. You are attacking a peaceful settlement. Withdraw immediately or face the consequences. The Void Hunter's response came through the translator in a harsh, metallic tone. This is Commander Kraz of the Void Hunter Collective. This operation is not your concern, unknown species. Depart or be eliminated. That is not an option, Wei responded firmly. You have 5 minutes to begin withdrawal from this system. The communication ended abruptly. Wei turned to her crew, her voice low and steady. Battle stations. Form defensive formation Epsilon around the colony's primary settlement. As Captain Reyes positioned the Peregrine to lead the formation, Captain NYX watched from the Serenity in astonishment. They are going to fight, whispered Lieutenant Zhou in disbelief. For beings they've never met, Chancellor Vex added, equally amazed. Perhaps, NYX replied thoughtfully, that is how they survived their death world. On the Peregrine's bridge, Wei watched the countdown timer. The Void Hunter ships were repositioning, their weapons systems powering up with ominous energy signatures. Time's up, she stated as the counter reached 0. Lieutenant Washington, target their propulsion and weapons systems only. Let's show them what humans can do. The Earth fleet surged forward, humanity's first interstellar battle about to begin. The Void Hunter vessels loomed over the Zephyrian colony like ancient monoliths, their black hulls absorbing the light from the binary stars. Each ship was nearly twice the size of the largest human vessel, bristling with weaponry that had been steadily raining destruction upon the surface below. 3 main ships confirmed, Admiral, reported Lieutenant Washington. Plus 18 smaller craft. They are positioning to block our approach to the planet. Wei nodded. They think size gives them the advantage. Doesn't it? Dr. Nakamura asked nervously from his science station. Engineer Metter glanced up with a confident smile. Not if you're faster and smarter. Wei opened a channel to all Earth ships. This is Admiral Wei. The Void Hunters have refused to withdraw. Our mission is to protect the Zephyrian colony and neutralize the threat. Remember your training, these ships are large but likely slow to maneuver. Use that against them. Peregrine will engage the lead vessel. Good hunting. From the Serenity, Captain NYX and her crew watched in silence as the human fleet split into precise formations. The largest Earth vessels moved directly toward the Void Hunter ships while smaller, faster craft circled to the flanks. What strategy is this? Asked Chancellor Vex with academic curiosity. They are dividing their forces against superior firepower. The first salvos came from the Void Hunters, powerful energy beams slicing through space toward the Peregrine. The human vessel executed a rolling maneuver that seemed to defy its size, the attack missing by meters. Evasive Patton Delta, ordered Captain Reyes on the Peregrine's bridge. Get me a clear shot at their forward weapon emplacements. The Peregrine danced around the Void Hunters' attacks with surprising agility. 2 other human ships joined it, each moving in different patterns but somehow coordinating their movements perfectly. Now, Wei commanded. 3 human ships fired simultaneously. Their weapons struck the lead Void Hunter vessel at precisely the same points, creating a cascading energy surge that momentarily disrupted its shields. Their shield harmonics operate on a predictable frequency, Engineer Meter called out, studying the readings. Give me 2 minutes to recalibrate our weapons. While Meter worked, the battle expanded. The smaller human ships engaged the Void Hunter support craft, moving so quickly that the larger vessels couldn't acquire targeting locks. They are using coordinated attack patterns, observed Captain NYX, fascinated despite her horror at the violence. Like a collective hunting strategy. On the Peregrine, Meter shouted in triumph. Got it. Recalibrating all fleet weapons now. Targeting data transmitted. All ships, Wei ordered. Target the coordinates Engineer Meter has sent. Fire when ready. The human fleet fired again. This time their weapons punched through the weakened shields of the Void Hunter ships, striking their propulsion systems with surgical precision. Commander Kraz's enraged visage appeared on the view screen. Your interference is meaningless. The strong consume the weak, it is the law of existence. That's where you're wrong, Wei replied calmly. Stand down and withdraw, or we continue. Never. Kraz severed the transmission. The battle intensified as the Void Hunters, now aware of the human threat, focused their considerable firepower. Energy beams crisscrossed space, some finding their targets. 2 human vessels took direct hits, their shields flaring brilliant blue under the impact. Falcon is damaged, Washington reported as one of the smaller ships veered away trailing debris. They've lost main propulsion, but life support is stable. Send Phoenix to cover them, Wei ordered. Captain Reyes leaned forward in his command chair. They are trying to divide our attention between their ships and the colony. Wei studied the tactical display, noticing a pattern in the Void Hunters' movements. They are protecting their lead ship disproportionately. That's their command vessel. She made a decision. New plan. We target their flagship directly. Admiral, Washington warned, to get a clear shot, would have to move within range of all 3 of their main ships. I'm aware, Wei's eyes never left the display. Captain Reyes, bring us in. I want all weapons focused on these coordinates. She highlighted a section of the Void Hunter flagship. That's going to get us hit, Captain Reyes said quietly. Yes, it is, Wei acknowledged. But we'll get our shot. The Peregrine surged forward, diving toward the center of their Void Hunter formation. The other human ships provided covering fire, but the Peregrine was now the focus of the Void Hunters' attention. Shields at 70%, Meta reported as the ship shuddered under fire. 65%. 60%. Stay on course, Wei ordered. The Peregrine took hit after hit. Lights flickered on the bridge. A secondary console exploded in sparks, forcing a crew member to fall back. Shields at 40%, Meta's voice remained controlled despite the situation. Almost there, Reyes muttered, his hands steady on the controls. From the Serenity, Captain NYX watched in disbelief. They are sacrificing themselves, she whispered. No, Counselor Vex replied, understanding dawning. They are taking a calculated risk. The Peregrine executed a precise barrel roll, presenting its undamaged shield section to absorb the next hit. The maneuver placed it directly beneath the Void Hunter flagship. Now, Wei commanded. All weapons on the Peregrine fired simultaneously, striking the exact same point on the Void Hunter flagship's ventral section. The combined energy burst overloaded the ship's shields and penetrated the hull, hitting something critical inside. Explosions blossomed along the flagship's side as its massive form began to list, engines sputtering and failing. Direct hit on their primary power distribution node, Washington reported, unable to keep the excitement from his voice. Their flagship is crippled. The effect on the other Void Hunter ships was immediate. They broke off their attack patterns, moving to protect their damaged leader. They are falling back, Reyes announced. The bridge crew of the Peregrine held their breath as their Void Hunter ships slowly retreated, gathering their smaller craft as they withdrew from the planet's orbit. A final message came from Commander Kraz, his demeanor now showing something new, uncertainty. This is not finished, humans. The Void Hunter Collective does not forget. The transmission ended as their Void Hunter ships accelerated away from the planet, wounded but still dangerous. Wei released a long breath before opening a channel to the fleet. Stand down to condition yellow. Damage reports from all ships. Prepare medical teams for surface deployment. On the Serenity, the alien observers remained speechless. Their understanding of warfare came from historical records and theoretical studies. What they had just witnessed defied their expectations. They took calculated damage deliberately, one counselor said in disbelief. They risked death to create an opportunity. And they succeeded, Captain NYX said quietly. What are they doing now? She asked as the human ships regrouped, some moving toward the planet. They are sending help to the surface, NYX realized. They are not just warriors. They are rescuers. On the Peregrine, Wei turned to Dr. Nakamura. Doctor, I need you to lead the first medical team to the surface with Dr. Elijah Okafor. We have no idea what we'll find down there or how to help them. Nakamura nodded, his mind already racing with possibilities. We'll do our best. Wei looked out at the stars toward where their Void Hunter ships had disappeared. They'll be back with reinforcements. We'll be ready, Captain Reyes promised. The first human shuttle descended through their planet's atmosphere, buffeted by alien winds as it approached the main Zephyrian settlement. Dr. Elijah Okafor, the fleet's chief medical officer, gazed through their viewport at the landscape below. Graceful spiraling structures rose from the ground like frozen fountains, their crystalline surfaces refracting the light of the binary stars into rainbow patterns, or they would have, if not for the scorch marks and debris that now marred their beauty. As the shuttle touched down in what appeared to be a central plaza, Okafor felt an immediate sensation, a wave of grief and pain that wasn't his own. He steadied himself against the bulkhead. Everyone feeling that, he asked the medical team. They nodded, faces tense. That must be the Zephyrians' empathic projection. Take a moment to center yourselves. The team stepped onto alien soil. Security personnel formed a perimeter while Okafor and his medical staff surveyed the damage. Movement caught his eye. From behind a damaged structure, a slender figure emerged. The Zephyrian stood slightly taller than an average human, with translucent azure skin that seemed to pulse with inner light. Instead of hair, delicate tendrils that swayed like underwater plants framed a face dominated by large, pupilless eyes. Hello, Okafor said softly, stepping forward. We're here to help. Do you understand me? The Zephyrian studied him, then touched a small device at its throat and spoke in a melodious voice. I understand. Your translator functions. I am Zara, a healer. I'm Dr. Elijah Okafor. We received your distress call. Zara's eyes widened. You are from Earth, the isolated world. Okafor nodded. We came as quickly as we could. Tears formed in Zara's eyes, running down her face like liquid crystal. You fought the Void Hunters for us. Why? We are strangers to you. Because you needed help, Okafor said simply. Where are the injured? As Zara led them through the settlement, Okafor made a discovery that would change humanity's understanding of the galaxy. The Void Hunters hadn't been random raiders, they had systematically targeted the Zephyrians' ancient knowledge repositories. What were they looking for, he asked Zara, as his team treated injured Zephyrians. The old knowledge, she replied, her voice dropping lower. Before we became healers, the Zephyrians were explorers. We developed technology based on our empathic abilities, ships that could navigate through emotional resonance, communication that required no equipment, healing methods that could reverse cellular decay. Weapons? Okafor asked quietly. Zara hesitated. Some technologies could be weaponized, yes. We abandoned all research when we joined the Galactic Council. The knowledge was sealed away. On the Serenity, now docked with the Peregrine, Captain NYX and Admiral Wei stood together at a viewport, watching as shuttles transported medical supplies to the surface. Your species is not what we expected, NYX admitted. Wei turned to face the alien captain. What did you expect? The Council classifies Earth as a death world. Such environments typically produce aggressive, territorial species focused solely on domination and survival. Humans can be dangerous, Wei acknowledged. But usually only when threatened, or when others are in danger. You risked your lives for beings you had never met, NYX said. The Council believed contact with Earth might bring more violence to the galaxy, not less. Perhaps, Wei suggested, living on a death world taught us something valuable, that survival often depends on cooperation, not just competition. Their conversation was interrupted by an urgent communication from Dr. Okafor on the surface. Admiral, I've discovered why the Void Hunters attacked. They were searching for specific Zephyrian technology, empathic amplifiers that could be weaponized for mass psychological warfare. Did they find it? Wei asked. No, but they'll be back with more forces. And next time, they'll be prepared for us. Wei turned to Captain NYX. The Void Hunters won't stop. The Zephyrians need protection, and your Council forces are days away. NYX's frills extended in what Wei now recognized as a sign of deep thought. What are you proposing, Admiral? A partnership, Wei replied. Earth has been isolated long enough. Perhaps it's time we joined the galactic community, on our terms. As they spoke, Earth's Warfleet maintained its protective orbit around the Zephyrian colony, a shield of steel and determination against the darkness of space. The silence of humanity's cosmic isolation had been broken, not by conquest or threat, but by the roar of its warships answering a call for help. And in that moment, the galaxy began to reconsider what it meant to evolve on a death world.